Hey everybody, and welcome to the Sportimus Radio Show. This is I, Andrew, aka Sportimus, with the first episode of my first radio show, going solo this time for 2014. And I'm not sure how often I'll be doing these. This is just an experiment. I hope you guys like it. First of all, I know I have a crappy microphone. I'm on the works of getting that taken care of. So I'm using the computer built-in microphone, so it's going to pick up my dog farting halfway across the house. So unfortunately, it may not be the best recording, but hopefully it'll be clean enough and enjoyable enough for all of you to listen to. And I figured, why not just give it a shot. 2014 is a brand new year, so I may as well try some brand new things. So here I am with the first episode. And if you have any ideas of a better title other than the Sportimus Radio Show, please feel free to post them in the comments. And as well as, I can use some artists out there who are good with computer graphics. I would like to get a new intro for my videos. If any of you out there are willing to do a freebie for me and design a new intro for my videos for my video reviews. And also, if you are interested, maybe try something for the radio show. These radio shows are not going to be too long because I know you guys are busy and you got things to do, so I'll try to make it fun and interesting and not too long to where it's so boring you fall asleep, unless you're into that sort of thing. Let's see, where to start? Well, it's 2013. Let's look back at that year. Quite a year for me personally, and for, of course, toys. I found a job 2013, and I lost my job in 2013. So YouTube is becoming now my major source of income until I find something else. So if anyone's hiring out there, I've got a master's degree in business administration. Shameless plug, I know, but yeah, it's been an up and down year for me personally for 2013. I can really use the support, to be honest with you. But otherwise, please watch my videos so I can use the money so I don't end up homeless. But anyway, enough of that. As far as toys go, wow. In this episode, I'm just going to focus on Transformers. What a big year 2013 was, and what an interesting year. Especially for third-party companies. We've gotten quite a few combiners for 2013. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are so-so. I'm not a big fan of third-party companies, to be honest with you. But one combiner that has caught my interest towards the end of 2013 is the TFC Toys Ares combiner, which is basically the third-party version of Predaking. I got the Nemean figure, which is the tiger. The lion. Sorry. The new one's the tiger. I got the lion, which forms the body and head of Ares. And it's not as bad as people are bashing it. It's really a nice figure. It is big, and he's supposed to be big because he forms the body, part of the legs, and of course the supporting shoulder connectors for the arms. So he has to have mass to him, and he is by no means perfect, but I think he deserves better credit than he's been given. Unfortunately, mine is missing a piece, and I was hoping to get it in December, but so far TFC Toys has not sent me that part, and I don't know if I will get that part, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. It's not an important piece. The toy functions fine without it, but it would really be nice if that piece was sent to me and the toy would be complete, especially for $130 for the figure. You'd think it'd be all there, but otherwise, it's not a bad figure, and hopefully I'll get the part in January. And if not, I'll still review him minus the part, which would be disappointing. So I hope TFC Toys comes through with it. That way, it would be complete. So, but otherwise, it's been a big year for third-party companies, especially with combiner toys. and as well as some standalone figures such as the Shockwave third-party figure, which is pretty darn good, to be honest with you. I kind of wish I had bought that instead, but I still can. He's out there, so I may get him. Again, I'm not a big fan of third-party figures, but some of them are pretty darn good. One of the things I have to mention is Google Plus. I'm really disappointed with the fact that Google is messing around with YouTube and forcing us to use Google Plus. I'm not really happy about that at all. I think that's kind of bullying. That's like you have to use this. In order to use this, you have to have that. And it's kind of like, buy a screwdriver even though you don't need one. But since you need a wrench, you have to buy the screwdriver too. It's kind of like, I don't use Google Plus. I don't even have any interest in it. And I've been looking at my Google page or whatever you want to call it. It's all gibberish to me. I have no interest in posting in it. If you have questions, I'll give you my email for questions, and I will also be reading comments, of course. If you do post in Google Plus, I will read it if I see it. If you post, responses to my videos on the YouTube page, that would be better. I do read those, but I'm really not happy with the Google Plus setup and being forced to use something that I really don't care for. I like Facebook. I like Twitter. You can find me on there. Sportimus Prime on Twitter and Sportimus Prime on Facebook. That's a good way to keep track of what I'm doing or listen to my meaningless rambles. So far, I'm not a big fan of Google Plus, and maybe down the road I'll get used to it, or I might like it more down the road if they make some changes here and there. But I mean, if you like Google Plus, tell me about it. Tell me why you like it. Tell me what's so good about it, because maybe I'm missing the point. And if I'm missing the point, then I'm all ears. I'm willing to listen and I'm willing to learn. I'm not a stubborn jerk or anything like that. So at least I try not to be. So looking back on 2013, well, one thing that I'm kind of disappointed in is the month of October. I was planning to do 13 videos at least for the month of October, Halloween oriented, but I had problems with creating links to the different videos. I don't know what I was doing, but it wasn't working out, and I had to drop it, which is really unfortunate. It really upset me because I was really having fun with it, and I just couldn't get it to work. So I apologize for that. I just really wanted my intentions were sincere. I wanted to make it fun for both you and me and all of that, but technology was fighting me that month, and I was having some issues with my computer as well. So it's a combination that created a perfect storm that just messed things up. So if you're wondering what the heck that was all about, don't worry about it. It was something that was planned to be fun, but it just went kaput. So that's all in the past now. December, I had a lot going on that month, so I really couldn't do a whole bunch of stuff. But it's the holidays, and the weather was kind of wacky, and losing my job sucked. So it just blew me out of the water. And I know I should probably concentrate on be more focused on doing things, and I'm going to try doing that more in 2014. And this is like a fresh start, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully 2014 will be a much kinder year for me, both in my personal life and for YouTube as well. 2013 was also a huge year for Takara Tomy. In particular, what I mean is the Masterpiece series of toys. Oh man, we got some good ones. I mean, I'm counting Masterpiece Soundwave because he came out in early 2013, at least for the States, the U.S. For the most part. Most people were getting them in early January 2013, and that was a great way to start the year. I mean, masterpiece Soundwave. What a freaking awesome transformer. And what can make it better? The Hasbro Toys R Us exclusive masterpiece has can't speak today. Soundwave. Man, oh man. You get Soundwave, the masterpiece Soundwave. Yeah, he comes with a yellow visor, but it's really not that bad. If it really bugs you, you can paint it. But on top of that, you get Buzzsaw, Laserbeak, Rumble, Ravage, and Frenzy. I mean, that's just freaking awesome. So what a great masterpiece figure that is right there. And it didn't end there. We've got the 3 Nissan cars. We got Prowl. We got Blue Streak or Silver Streak, whatever you want to call them. And we got Smokescreen, which actually came out in January of this year, I suppose, but December, January, whatever. It's still the same mold, and I still consider them the trio. So maybe Smokescreen counts more towards 2014, but you know, that mold in general, that Nissan mold is just pure win. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the surprise for me was Silver Streak is my favorite of the 3. I simply love Silver Streak. I'm surprised to even hear myself say that because he was always the least of my favorite as far as the G1 toys go. And he was my second favorite in the, Classics in the Universe line? I think it was the Universe line where we had the Deluxe, Prowl, Smokescreen, and Silver Streak. So he was my second favorite there. But in this case, in the Masterpiece line, man, they just outdid themselves in that car. The paint detailings and just the overall aesthetic of Silver Streak, he's a surprise hit for me. He's my surprise favorite of the 3 Nissan cars. And I was expecting Smokescreen to be my favorite because he has always been my favorite. I just like the sportiness of the car. I like the different bumper and the overall aesthetic of the car. And I do like it a lot, even in the masterpiece form. And he looks fantastic too. But again, the surprise hit for me was Silver Streak. I mean, that if you haven't picked one up and you like the masterpiece line, man, I don't care if you have Prowl. I don't care if you have Smokescreen. Complete the trio. Get Silver Streak. He looks so much sweeter in person. It's just, yeah, that's just my opinion, I know, but honestly, it caught me by surprise in a good way. So that was a great year for the Masterpiece line. I mean, just wow. And 2014, we're getting Wheeljack. MP20. I know that some people are going to be thrilled to get Wheeljack, and I'm one of them. And of course, somebody named Optibotimus, Paul, you know that guy, and maybe you've heard of him. I know he's going to be like doing cartwheels and backflips once he gets one, because that, I believe, is his favorite G1 character or G1 toy. And I tell you, I looked at the pictures today of the prototype, and man, that Masterpiece Wheeljack looks sweet. And speaking of Optibotimus and Paul, that was another great thing about 2013 is I finally got to meet the guy. And the guy's a freaking tree. He's a tall guy. Well, at least in my perspective. But anyway, maybe I'm just short. But anyway, I got to meet him at PowerCon, and man, PowerCon was excellent. And I know that I might not have a lot of He-Man and Masters of the Universe fans out there, but honestly, that was a fantastic convention. Simply, I mean, I look back at it even now with fondness, because meeting Paul, for example, Optibotimus, was simply a joy. I mean, I truly consider him a real friend. I don't care what people may think about him. I met the guy in person. I've spent enough time to get a real feel for the guy, and he is genuinely a good guy. And I'm really proud to call him a friend. I really think of him as a real good friend. And of course, I also got to meet some other people such as Sean Long, who is also a very nice guy. Awesome dude. Love to talk to him. Hanging out with him was just as great. Shartimus Prime. I don't know him as well. I mean, I've only recently subscribed to his videos. He's funny as heck. It was very nice to meet him. I mean, there was just so many people I met. Pixel Dan was another one. It was kind of hard hanging out with him because he had a lot of stuff going on. Like, he is very, very involved in PowerCon with Mattel. He doesn't work for Mattel, but he does review samples for Mattel and Scott Knightlick and all that. So he's a busy critter. He's got his own thing going on YouTube. It was really cool to be around successful people and inspirational as well, I have to admit. And Pixel Dan, really nice guy, really loves his stuff. He spent some time with us, and it was a blast. That just pretty much sums it up. He's just an all around great guy, and I hope to meet him again because he's pretty darn cool. So it was a great year for PowerCon, meeting all these people that I've seen only on YouTube for the longest time. And they're there in real life, and they're genuine, down to earth people, and that's what I like. I like people who are just regular Joes. I mean, they're not full of themselves. They're not jerks. They're not. They don't think they're like God's gift to whatever. They're just people who enjoy the hobby, and it's really nice to see people enjoy toys, even though we're all grown-ups. Well, not all of us, but the people I'm saying that most of the people that do YouTube reviews that I mentioned, we're all grown up, and we have real life jobs, we have our own personal lives going on, but we still enjoy the hobby of toys, and we still have similar interests, and it's really nice to be around in that group. So that was a great thing about 2013. It was a great year for Masters of the Universe. We got Castle Grayskull. Again, freaking huge, awesome playset. And I'm still trying to figure out how to review the darn thing because the thing's massive. I mean, it takes up the entire review table. I just can't get it all into frame. So it's going to take a little while to figure out. I may just pick a different spot to film it, because there just isn't enough room. But it's an epic playset. Whether you are interested in Masters of the Universe or not, this thing is a great playset, both for display piece and as a playset. I mean, it depends what you want to do with it. It's really well done. So it's been a great year for Masters of the Universe as well. Big year for Transformers, as I mentioned. The 30th anniversary line, what a great line that was, and it's still going. Springer, oh my God, Springer! That is the Springer that I've been waiting for a long time. That Voyager Springer is delicious. Maybe that's not the best word for it, but man, what a great triple changer! That is a fantastic. What a great Voyager. And Sandstorm as well. What a great retool. It's brilliant. And I love them both, and unfortunately I haven't reviewed them. I know. Stupid Sportimus, what's the matter with you? I know. Shame on me. I hang my head in shame, because those two alone deserve to be reviewed. Blitzwing. Now, he got a lot of flack. He got a lot of criticism, I guess you could say, because of the shoulder issues and stuff. But it's an easy fix. Once you fix the shoulder issue with a little bit of sandpaper, or better yet, use a nail file like I did, once you get it done just right, the toy is magnificent. Well, maybe not magnificent, but it's a great toy. It still has that nose cone issue, which is unfortunate, I guess. But no triple changers is is going to be a perfect one. Even Springer and Sandstorm have their issues. Maybe they're the better examples of triple changers, but in general, you're not going to have a perfect triple changer. Blitzwing is pretty darn good. He's got a great robot mode. The tank mode is probably his best alt form, and his plane mode is probably his weakest alt form, at least in my opinion. But that's even the case with the original G1 toy. I mean, the G1 toy of Blitzwing has a giant gun turret on the belly of the airplane. So, I mean, if that's not an eyesore, I don't know what is. But that's the thing with triple changers. I mean, there's some that are better than others, like the original G1 Astro Train may be better, but his robot mode sucks. The G1 Astro Train is what I'm talking about. I think G1 Blitzwing is better overall, even in its weakest form. You know, you're not gonna you have to be a little lenient with the triple changers because it's really hard to make a transformer that turns into a robot, a jet, and a tank. That's a wild combination. So, but for what it is, it's a really cool toy. The Beast Hunters figures. I'm just going through my list here. Sorry for the gaps, but I think they were good, but it just didn't really capture my interests. I just could not get into it. The one that I did like the most was actually Grimwing. That's probably my favorite Transformers Beast Hunters toy. I'm sure there are other good ones. Predaking was alright, but he really didn't interest me enough to want to buy him. I think Grimwing is a better toy. I like him. He's like a griffin. He's just more interesting to me. I like the colors and everything else. So, a much better toy. I mean, that again is my opinion. You may disagree. You may think other Beast Hunter toys were better, but for me, in terms of the beasts, as far as the beasts go, Grimwing was pretty darn cool. And the only one I really liked enough to buy. I did buy one of the deluxes, and I can't remember his name right now, but it's okay. But again, it really didn't spark my interest too much. So, grabbing another box here. One of the coolest Transformers Prime figures that I liked is the Robots in Disguise Skyquake. I actually like this more than the Dreadwing, to be honest with you. I put it back in the box. I'm going to take him back out, but I'll tell you, what a great color scheme on that one. I do like the Dreadwing, whatever version. They are exactly the same mold, but the green works better to me, and I really didn't care for Dreadwing at first, to be honest with you. I still don't like the alt mode. I don't like the kibble underneath the planes, but Skyquake warmed up to me quite a bit. So that's really about it. Looking back to 2013. I wanted to mention Ninja Turtles, also a big year. What a fun year. We got some good stuff in those. Especially the villains. We got a nice variety of the villains. My only gripe with the line is their lack of articulation. You got great articulation for the four main turtles, but the villains are kind of cheated out of that. Shredder 2.0 is a vast improvement over the first Shredder toy we got. So I'll give it that. I mean, at least he can finally sit down. Poor guy. No wonder he's angry. But overall, we got the Terminator Cockroach and Shredder 2.0 and the Rat King. I mean, these are fun characters, and it's a really fun line. If you haven't looked at Ninja Turtles in a while, I definitely say at least give it a look. They're just meant to be fun. They're not meant to be anything phenomenal, but they are great. I mean, but they're not. I mean, if you're looking for anything that's like got super high detail and mega articulation, that's not your toy line. But as a fun action figure set, yeah, they're pretty cool. So that's really about it so far. This is again my first radio show, and I think 2013 was a pretty darn good year, especially for Transformers. And unfortunately, Transformers Prime ended. Yeah, for me that series for me is my favorite series. It's now basically Transformers Prime, then the Generation 1 cartoon, simply for its nostalgic reasons, and then Beast Wars. So those are my top three. Animated drops down to number 4. It would be higher up if it wasn't so silly. The toys were great though. Those animated toys were just awesome. And the line ended too early for the animated toy line. What a shame that was. We barely got Rodimus at least, and we got RC, and I think that was it. But we got a few figures in after the cartoon series had ended. But man, it if only we had at least 1 or 2 more seasons, because it was a good show. It wasn't my favorite, but it was enjoyable. And I know this goes way past earlier than 2013, of course, but since I brought it up, I may as well talk about it. It was a great cartoon series. Again, not my top favorite, but it's up there at number 4. I can't displace Beast Wars, because to me that was a better series. Animated was fun, but what I really enjoyed the most were the toys. I still love Blur and Optimus Prime, both the Voyager and the Deluxes. I mean, that Starscream's freaking cool. I love that Starscream. That's one crazy toy. I love that guy. The robot mode is just awesome. There's just so much character in it. And it's one of the reasons why I bought Skywarp and the yellow one, Sunstorm. They look exactly alike, but man, it's just such a cool mold. I love the plane mode and all that. And it isn't perfect. It doesn't hold together all that well in its jet mode, but overall, what a great toy. They were all fun. I even like Ratchet. And that's probably my least favorite one of the toy line is Ratchet. But I really like that one. So, they've all got their merits. So yeah, that's earlier than 2013, I know, but so 2013, good year. I'm going to try doing my top 10 favorite Transformer toys for 2013 as well. No promises, but I'm trying. Oh, and how could I forget? 2013, we got freaking Metroplex. We got a 2-foot tall Metroplex with lights and sounds, articulated fingers. Oh my God. Mine's still in the box, but what a great figure! What a great toy! Yeah, his city mode, and he's just sitting down or lying down, whatever. But the original one did the same thing, so I don't care. He looks great. What a fantastic toy! Big giant Transformer, and the other one, of course, is the Encore reissue of Fort Max. Man, did that make everybody happy. Oh my God. Like I said, good year for Transformers in 2013. And 2014, I think is going to be a good year too. Maybe not necessarily my year for Transformers, but overall, I think we're going to have a good year for Transformers in 2014. Namely, in particular, the movie line. Personally, so far, I'm not impressed with the movie line toys. I think they made them too simplistic. I'm not really excited about the so-called leader Optimus Prime. He looks more like Voyager to me, and I'm not really feeling it. And I'm not really feeling the other figures either, which is which is disappointing. But I'm gonna try to keep an open mind. I'm gonna wait for the final images, the actual toys themselves, and then I'll make a final decision about them. But so far, I'm not all that excited about it. But I do think it's gonna be a good year for the toy line in general. Transformers 4, I mean, it's a moneymaker. If Hasbro makes them decent enough and durable enough, they'll sell well. Plenty of toys. So the other thing is the Masterpiece line. I think that's going to be my main focus for 2014 is the Masterpiece line. Overall, the Masterpiece line is going to be a good year. I mean, we're definitely going to get Wheeljack, as I mentioned. And that alone is icing on the cake. That thing is just, oh, what a beautiful, beautiful figure. And we're getting Sound Blaster. He is the black repaint of Soundwave with a larger, I believe they're giving him the larger cassette cover like the original Sound Blaster had. That thing's going to look good. Yeah, he is a repaint, blah, blah, blah. He's going to have a couple different things, like he comes with Rat Bat. I think he's going to come with the same accessories as Soundwave did. It's a really good repaint, and at least for me, I'm looking forward to getting him. We're going to get, if you didn't, well, let's see. The Asia exclusive Starscream did come out in 2013, but there's going to be apparently a second batch coming in 2014, in March, I believe. So it's like a double whammy. We got Asia exclusive Starscream Masterpiece in 2013, and we're getting him again in 2014. So again, a good year for the Masterpiece line. And apparently we're going to get Ultra Magnus and Bumblebee later in the year as well. So going to be a big year for the Masterpiece line. As far as the movie line goes, I'm not sure what exactly we'll be getting, but we'll be getting the main cast, and we're going to get a bunch of repaints, mostly of the main cast. My biggest concern, however, is shrinkage. That's so far we've been pretty lucky with the 30th anniversary line. Waspinator, for example, he's a good sized deluxe figure. I'm really happy with Waspinator, but with Hoist and Trailbreaker, that those aren't trucks. Those are Tonka. Those are Hot Wheels. I don't know what they are. They're like these little. They're not deluxes. I like them, but not a whole lot because I don't feel like I got my money's worth. Those are teeny tiny trucks, and they weren't like that at all. I know about Transformers and the scale issues and all that stuff. I understand that. You're not going to have perfect scale, etc., etc. But when you have like deluxe class Cup next to deluxe class Hoist, I mean it's kind of sad because they're both pickup trucks, and pickup truck to pickup truck, Cup puts Hoist to shame, and especially even more so in robot mode. Cup's like, hey, little buddy, one day you'll grow up too. So, I mean, if I'm talking about like car to car, truck to truck, where they should be at least about the same size. I'm not talking about car and airplane or, car to tank. That we're not going to go there. That's a slippery slope. But, when you have like, a car to a car, they should be about the same, roughly the same size. Not like, this one shrank a little, in the dryer. That's what I'm worried about the movie toys. I think I kept most of my movie toys from 1, 2, and 3, and for the most part, they mix well with each other. And but I don't think we're gonna have that in number 4. I think we're gonna see slightly smaller cars. Number three, well, Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon, they did get a little smaller, but at least the Bumblebee works out well. Uh, anyway, I think we're gonna have a good year. Despite that, hopefully the movie will be good too. Again, we'll see. So anyhow, I've been having a lot of trouble finding new stuff lately. I'm sure you have too, because it's after the holidays and stores are slow, especially you, Walmart. I'm looking at you, buddy, and Target. You guys suck at restocking after December, but it's true. Don't hide it. But hopefully we'll see some from Transformers, because I'm looking for Rhinox. Can't find him. I found Waspinator, great figure, but I can't find any of the Voyagers. So that's about it. If you have any questions, and I'm always open for questions, especially for the radio show. This is episode 1 in beginning of January, and for future radio shows, feel free to ask questions starting now. You can email me at sportimusprime@yahoo.com. That's capital S for Sportimus, and everything else is lowercase. So again, it's sportimusprime@yahoo.com. So that's probably going to change. I'm probably going to create a separate email for the questions and answers section for the radio show. So stay tuned for that. That'll probably be in the near future radio cast. If you have any suggestions for naming this show, feel free to email me that at sportimusprime@yahoo.com. Or you can post it on my Facebook page, which is Sportimus Prime on Facebook. And if you're willing to do me a solid and create an intro for me for either the video reviews or the radio show or both, again, I can't pay you, but if you're willing to give it a shot and don't mind doing it, I greatly appreciate it. Let me know. And you can also follow me on Twitter, Sportimus Prime, capital S, capital P, and you can find me there. And I'm going to be cutting back a little bit on Twitter. I spend too much time actually watching other people's reviews, and I got to get my butt going on my own channel. So, there's only so many hours in the day. Even though I'm unemployed, I'm looking for work. I'm out there looking for jobs. So I spend a good part of the day looking for employment, and then like all of us, there's only so many hours in the day to do stuff. And I plan to change my videos a little bit because I spend so much time in editing, and I need to find a more efficient way in shooting the videos, cutting down on the editing time by somehow being more efficient, or perhaps changing the way I do my reviews so that I can put them on YouTube faster. And another thing I want to do is I need to change the way I do my videos. Not drastically. I know I appreciate you guys watching them, but there's YouTube has become very crowded. Everybody wants to join the bandwagon, and I've been doing this for a long time. I've been on YouTube since I believe 2007, October 2007, if I remember right. So, I'm one of the early ones who've been doing toy reviews, and I've been sort of left behind because I haven't been consistent in my reviews. So I need to change that, and I want to be more in touch with my viewers like you. So this is why I'm starting this radio show, because maybe that's a way that hopefully I can connect with you, and hopefully soon I can buy a better microphone, which will make me sound better, hopefully. Because this thing picks up everything. Dear God, drop a pin. But anyway, I'm gonna put in a lot of effort for you guys and for myself, because this is fun. This has got to be fun, and I don't want it to be work. I want it to be fun, and I have to stand out from the crowd. So you just gotta find your niche, and I'm still working on mine. I mean, I've been doing this since 2007. Granted, I don't have 800 or 900 videos, unfortunately, like they do. I wish I did, but that's my fault. That's what happened to me. That's my mistake. But I'm not trying to copy anybody. I'm doing my own thing. I get ideas from others, but I don't, rip it into my videos. But I'm trying to find a way to stand out, and I'm going to be doing some changes, hopefully, that will put me in my own niche and make myself stand out from the crowd, because that's important. And don't be stupid, okay? Don't do stupid things. Don't break your toys. I don't think being obnoxious is a good idea. My worst fear is doing something crazy, stupid on YouTube, and then somebody recognizes me on the street saying, "You're the idiot that did this and that." I'm like, oh my god. So, anyway, enough rambling. I hope you enjoyed this radio show. This is the first one, number 1, 2014. Being positive, staying positive. Thank you to every single one of you guys. Thank you to all my subscribers. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. You guys have stuck with me through thick and thin. And, if I can shake your hand and truly thank you in person, I would if I could. I really would. But unfortunately, you guys are all over the world, or at the very least all over the country. It's really impossible for me to do that, but I just want you to know that I truly appreciate all of your support and subscribing to my channel. Please do subscribe, and please click on the Big Bad Toy Store link that I have in my videos. They're in the description below. That would help me as well. It's a great site. I've had nothing but good luck with them. Their customer service is outstanding. They have good sales, and they definitely have a great selection of stuff. It's one of my favorite online toy stores, basically. That concludes this radio show. Thank you for listening in. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not sure how often I'm going to do this. I want to do it at least once a month. It all depends on how much content I can gather together. I guarantee at least once a month. So if I can get more than that, I will do so. And again, feel free to post questions and even suggestions at sportimusprime@yahoo.com or on my Facebook page, Sportimus Prime on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter, Sportimus Prime. Thank you for listening in again, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy New Year.